The days you move more are the days you need more from your water. Smart Water Alkaline with antioxidant helps you restore with a pure, crisp taste. 9.5 plus pH and added antioxidant. Morning workout? Check. Back-to-back meetings? Yep. Evening wind down? Absolutely. Whatever your active lifestyle looks like, Smart Water Alkaline is there for the pace you keep. From the first thing on your calendar to the last thing you cross off. Helping you feel refreshed, restored, and ready for whatever's next. Because hydration isn't just about quenching your thirst. It's about giving your body what it needs to keep going strong. And Smart Water Alkaline looks as good as it tastes. Sleek, simple, and easy to take anywhere. 9.5 plus pH. Antioxidant, smart. Visit drinksmartwater.com to learn more.
Hold up. Every day I wake up. Wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now let's start off with some quick sports. Now, yesterday the Indiana Fever lost to the Aces.
No, they didn't.
I said lost to the Aces, 107-98. Now, yesterday also was some baseball news.
No, hold on. I stayed up and watched that game last night. That was a fantastic game. It went into overtime, man. Drop on the clues bombs for the Las Vegas Aces. South Carolina's own Asia Wilson, her and Jackie Young balled out. I think they were the first duo in WNBA history to score 30 points in a playoff game together.
Oh, that's why you stayed up, because it was your people's playing.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm a WNBA fan, but I definitely like watching the Las Vegas Aces.
Yeah, so they will be taking on the Mercury in the 2025 WNBA Finals. Now, in baseball, of course, it's the wild card. Tigers beat the Guardians 2-1. Cubs beat the Padres 3-1. The Red Sox beat the Yankees. That was surprising yesterday, 3-1. And Dodgers beat the Reds 10-5.
Hey, as loud as Dominicans are, how come it feel like baseball be such a quiet sport? I don't even be knowing baseball beyond. It's the playoffs, you said?
Yeah, it's the playoffs. Yeah, it's quiet into the playoffs. Playoffs. I mean, it's on everywhere now. I don't know how you missed it.
I don't know. Dominican be quiet lately.
I don't know. I haven't heard much about baseball either.
Really?
I usually hear more about it. Yeah.
But you Dominican, Envy, so in your circle it's very, very loud.
Here's a claim.
Oh my goodness. Well, the Mets. Everybody expected the Mets to do well, like way better than they were, and they were eliminated. So people were, stressed out and pissed off about the Mets. But the Yankees are busted ass. Well, they were until last night. But we'll be back. What's up, Mimi?
Good morning, MB, Jess, Charlamagne. How y'all doing this morning?
Hey, girl.
Peace, Mimi.
Good morning. Okay, so it's official. The government shut down overnight. Lawmakers missed the deadline, and now the clock is ticking on just how long this will last. Now, with no short-term spending deal, Washington is closed for business. At the center of this fight, Democrats want to extend Affordable Care Act subsidies, which help more than 24 million Americans afford health insurance. They're also resisting cuts to Medicare and Medicaid included in President Trump's so-called Big Beautiful Bill. Now, Republicans argued those debates should wait and instead push a clean funding bill with no extras. But in the end, neither side gave in. Both proposals failed and the government shutdown began. Now, this is the fourth shutdown of the century, the first since 2019. That one dragged on for 35 days, the longest in U.S. history. And President Trump has already signaled that this one could be even tougher. His administration has ordered agencies to furlough workers, and he's threatened that some of those layoffs could become permanent. Now, yesterday at a press conference in the Oval Office, the president, he is turning up the pressure, saying he could also slash government programs during the shutdown. Let's listen to that.
We can do things during the shutdown that are irreversible, that are bad for them and irreversible by them, like cutting vast numbers of people out, cutting things that they like, cutting programs that they like. We can do things medically and other ways, including benefits.
I truly think it's a disgrace whenever the government shuts down. When political parties can't agree on something as basic as a budget, to keep the government running, what does that say about our elected officials? That they don't care about our government programs, that they don't care about, things like your health care, like they don't care about these federal workers, not having employment. Like, what does that say about them?
Yeah.
On both sides of the aisle.
On both sides of the aisle and the everyday people. So President Trump, he didn't say which benefits he's alluding to. But to your point, Charlamagne, let's talk about what's at stake. So millions of federal workers are now caught in the middle of the shutdown. They are still required to show up for duty, but without a paycheck. That includes TSA agents, air traffic controllers, the military, even federal prison guards. They'll eventually get paid, but right now they're working for free. Museums, parks, even some veteran services will close close their doors. Student loan payments are still due. Interest will keep piling, and forgiveness application could face delays. And here's the other part that's frustrating a lot of people. While families are missing paychecks and services are stalling, members of Congress will still receive their pay because the Constitution protects their salaries. So
don't call me essential if you're not paying me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't call me an essential worker if you know you can't. If you don't feel like I should be getting paid at the moment. Like, you want me to come to work for free while y'all figure it out?
Yeah,
but I'm essential.
It's just crazy how this keeps happening, right? Like, if a problem keeps happening, it feels like they should do something to solve it. Long-term contracts, figure a long-term way to figure this out, where every 6 months or every 4 months we don't have to go through the same thing. Because what's really happening is people are starting to ignore it because it's like, oh, here it goes, it's happening again. They're gonna work it out later. But we need a long-term fix.
You know who not ignoring it? Them federal workers who getting furloughed, them federal workers who ain't getting no money. They definitely not ignoring it.
Nope.
Exactly. And so while Washington stays stuck, as you guys said, this is a bigger ripple effect for families, for businesses, and for the economy. But the White House now is touting a new move that it says will save Americans millions of dollars. President Trump says his administration has struck a deal with Pfizer to cut the price of many of its drugs. The discount, up to 85% on certain medicines, would be offered through a new federal website called Trump RX. The idea is to let patients buy directly from the drug maker.
What are we doing?
Skipping the insurance middleman. I know, Charlamagne, but this is what, the administration says it could launch early in 2026, and it would be open to everyone, not just Medicaid patients. To your point, the details are very thin. It's not clear whether people will be able to use their insurance or if it will be cash only. Now, Trump, he touted this yesterday as a really big announcement and promised more deals with other companies. Pfizer, in return, will get a 3-year grace period from Trump's planned tariffs on drugs made overseas. We talked about that yesterday, but experts warn the deal may not live up to the hype and caution that those same tariffs could actually be pushing drug prices up for families in the long run. So we'll have to wait and see what Trump RX looks like and how that is going to save millions of Americans money on their prescriptions.
Trump RX looks and sounds like a grift. It sounds like one of the biggest heists ever in American history. It sounds like the president of the United States and his people are going to continue to get rich while the rest of the country don't get a goddamn thing.
Well, we'll see. All right, well, coming up at 7, a childhood favorite is making a big return. We'll tell you what classic is coming back for a new generation.
Oh my God, SpongeBob or no?
No, not SpongeBob, but
We'll get to it. We'll get to it next episode. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Start off with some quick sports. Now, last night, the Indiana Fever versus the Aces. Aces won 107-98. Charlamagne, you stayed up for that game, right?
I did, man. It went into overtime. It was a great game. Jackie Long and Asia Wilson, South Carolina's own Asia Wilson. When I tell you they balled out last night, they were the first WNBA duo to have 30-plus points apiece in the playoffs, man. It was a great game.
Yeah, and also...
And this is actually... The Aces been to the finals 3 years out of the last 4 years.
Oh, wow.
It's their third trip to the finals in the last 4 years.
Salute to the Aces. And in baseball yesterday, of course, in the playoff season, the Dodgers beat the Reds 10-5. The Red Sox beat the Yankees yesterday. The Yankees had a bunch of chances to win that game and lost last night. I stayed up for that game. Cubs beat the Padres 3-1. Tigers beat the Guardians 2-1. What's up, Mimi?
Happy Wednesday, Jess, MV, and Charlamagne. How y'all doing?
Hey, girl.
Peace, Mimi.
Good morning. Okay, so we're learning more about that unusual meeting taking place at Quantico yesterday, where Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth abruptly summoned hundreds of top generals and admirals from around the world. Now, at first, many feared it would be about loyalty tests or major shakeups. Instead, it turned into a mix of familiar talking points from Hegseth and President Trump, but with a few new warnings that are raising eyebrows this morning. Let's take a listen to some of those key moments.
I call it the N-word. There are 2 N-words, and you can't use either of them.
And if you don't like what I'm saying, you can leave the room. Of course, there goes your rank, there goes your future.
I don't want my son serving alongside troops who are out of shape, or in combat unit with females who can't meet the same combat arms physical standards as men. It's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon. Being a racist has been illegal in our formation since 1948. The same goes for sexual harassment. Both are wrong and illegal. But telling someone to shave or get a haircut or to get get in shape or to fix their uniform or to show up on time or to work hard. That's exactly the kind of discrimination we want.
Portland, Oregon, where it looks like a war zone. Unless they're playing false tapes, this looked like World War II. San Francisco, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles. We're going to straighten them out one by one. That's a war, too. It's a war from within. I told Pete we should use some of these dangerous cities as training grounds for our military. Now they like to say, oh, you're not allowed to use the military. Well, that's what the oath says, foreign and domestic. Well, we also have domestic.
To our enemies, FAFO.
Yo, I wish I would have seen Jess' face when she heard the 2 N-words we can't use.
Man.
Jess was like, is this nigga gonna say
What the
that?
hell?
Well, that's one of Trump's greatest hits right there. He's been saying that for a while. That's one of his greatest lines. That's what he loves, that bar. But yesterday looked, felt, and sounded like an attempt to get the military to pledge loyalty to the Trump administration. It was a play straight out of any authoritarian playbook. When you have the military on your side, you can project authority, especially on the citizens of your own country. He could use the military to suppress protests, elections, and intimidate opposition, and just to stay in power, meaning stay in office if he chooses to. That's what yesterday felt like. It felt like his first attempt at flipping the military.
Yeah, it definitely did. And I would say one other thing, too. I don't know about y'all, but to me, it feels like the days are moving slow with Trump in office.
Yeah.
Because I just look up like, how much time he got left? He still got 3 years. Like, it's moving slow as hell.
Hell yeah.
I don't think so. It feels like it's moving fast, but it don't even matter. You saying he still got 3 years. Remember what I just said?
Yeah.
That felt like he was trying to flip the military, because when you got the military on your side, you can stay in power, meaning stay in office. because you got, y'all talking about the ballot, I'm talking about the bullets. Damn.
Yeah. Well, that was a highlight reel of some of the greatest moments, or not, depending how you look at it, some of the highlight moments of what they were talking about yesterday. I think a lot of what's getting a lot of attention this morning is Trump talking about turning U.S. cities into training ground, making it clear that he wants a tougher posture against what he calls the enemy within. And so we're seeing that as he deploys the National Guard into some of our cities that we've been talking about there. So.
And basically telling them, if you don't pledge loyalty to me, I'm going to fire you. There goes your rank.
Yeah.
They go like, what are we talking about here? Like, that is textbook authoritarian strategy.
There was a lot happening there. And another wave of bomb threats that are hitting historically Black and colleges and universities. On Tuesday, Morgan State, Townsend University in Maryland, Delaware State University, and Alabama A&M were all forced into emergency evacuations. Police later gave the all clear, but the threats follow a disturbing pattern that has left students and faculty on edge. So last month, we talked about this. Several HBCUs, including Morehouse, Hampton, and Bethune-Cookman, they all face similar situations. Law enforcement has confirmed that all of those were false threats, but each one was treated as a credible threat until investigators finished their searches. Now, the Congressional Black Caucus is pressing the Justice Department and the FBI to act, calling the threats vile and stressing that protecting students is not optional, but a moral obligation.
All right,
So
now,
we'll continue.
homecoming season coming around. Y'all better stop playing around now.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of attacks on HBCUs there. And Jess, this is what I was talking about. So a childhood classic is making a comeback. I'm talking about Reading Rainbow.
Wow.
It's returning nearly 20 years after its last episode aired. The beloved PBS series, once hosted by LeVar Burton, now has a new host, Michael Threets, better known online as Michael the Librarian. He's built a huge following by sharing everyday library stories and talking openly about mental health.
Nice.
He's known for connecting with kids in a way that makes books feel like friends, which is exactly what Reading Rainbow is all about. Now, the original Reading Rainbow, it launched in 1983. It ran for 21 seasons. Its mission was powerful but simple, to help kids fall in love with reading. And the new version will carry that tradition with fresh episodes, celebrity guests, and of course, plenty of new books. The new episodes will drop Sundays on Kids Zuko's. That's a kids YouTube channel from Sony Pictures. And it will also stream on the Reading Rainbow website.
I bet you most people from our generation who didn't grow up on Reading Rainbow can't read. And I don't think we should even trust people who can't sing the Reading Rainbow theme song. Like, as soon as I say butterfly in the sky, you should know where to take it from there. If you don't, you probably can't read. And I ain't had nobody in the room take it from there.
That's the part I know.
you
Butterfly in the
Yeah, that's
sky.
the only part I know
that.
too.
Hey, you ain't stopped talking, clown. Butterfly in the
Butterfly
sky. I can
in
go
the
twice as high. I can
sky.
go twice as high. Take a look.
Take a look.
Baby, read a
It's
book.
in a book.
Baby, reading
A reading rainbow.
Reading rainbow. Don't play with me.
I can go anywhere. Friends to know and ways to grow. A reading rainbow.
Reading rainbow.
Yes.
You know what I see?
Dropping a clue. Dropping a clue bomb for Shaka Khan. You know that was Shaka Khan.
I didn't know that.
No, that's what's up.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't
that
know
was Shaka Khan.
That's
You ain't know
crazy.
Shaka Khan? Yeah, that was
I
Shaka
didn't know
Khan.
Shaka Khan did that.
Hey, yo.
But you know,
You know
I'm
that's
dead
Shaka.
serious.
I
You know
didn't know
Shaka.
that. I didn't know that. You know what I see yesterday that I thought was dope, and maybe you had it in the South where you from, Charla? But when I was walking my daughter from school yesterday, we were walking. She wanted to walk. On every other block, they had like a box, and it was like, leave a book, take a book. It was like a box
that's
where the kids
dope.
is like where you could take books and bring books back, where the kids in the neighborhood could actually read books, and there was kid books in there, and I was like, yo, that's dope.
That's really cool. That's
that's
new.
dope.
That's
We
something
didn't have that in
new.
Queens because they would have knocked that over.
Oh, hell
but
no.
they had it in Jersey. I was like, that's dope.
Damn. Cool.
No, that's great. And then it's coming. This reading rainbow is coming at a time when books are being banned and teachers are being silenced.
Yeah.
So it's a really good thing that this generation will get to experience that. And so that is your front page news. I'm Mimi Brown. Follow me at Mimi Brown TV. And for more news stories, follow Black Information Network and download the free iHeartRadio app or visit binnews.com.
All right.
Thank you, Mimi.
Thank you.
Hold up. Every day I wake up. Wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?